So I had this crazy idea, right, that I would do this video at night with a bunch of candles behind me. And then I thought to myself, why the fuck would I do that to myself? I'm the one telling this story. Why would I make it any creepier? Bad decisions. I make a lot of those.
Welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie, and today, in celebration of the approximation of October/creepy month, I decided that it would be very appropriate to share with you guys my paranormal experiences because sadly, I have had a few. Before I start this video, I do want to say that I know that a lot of people don't believe in paranormal or ghosts and stuff like that, and that is totally fine. You can still find this video enjoyable because let's face it, everybody likes a good creepy story whether you believe in ghosts or not. Am I right? I'm probably right. Without any further ado, let's just start with the story. I'm going to be sharing with you guys today the 3 creepiest things that I have ever experienced. I have had many things happen to me in the past, but when someone says, "Hey, Steph, what's the creepiest thing that's ever happened to you?" these 3 come to mind almost immediately because they have been insane. Now, I haven't had extremely intense paranormal experiences, but they've been creepy nonetheless. All 3 of these experiences take place in my old house. Now I'm living in an apartment, but throughout the majority of my existence, I lived in a house with my mother and my sister. So the first story that I am going to share with you guys dates back to when I was around somewhere between 12 and 14 years old. Just so you get a little bit of a feel of what my house made me feel like, ever since I moved there when I was about 6 or 7, I would always get creepy feelings, just vibes. You know that feeling you get when you're in a room and suddenly someone walks into the room and you kind of feel that there's someone there, so you turn back and there's someone there? Well, it's like that, except when I would turn around there would be nobody there. So I would always have that feeling of being watched and never really being alone. I would get a lot of nightmares and stuff like that. But nothing really happened until, well, at least nothing that I remember. This particular day, I was talking to my mom about something and she told me to tell my sister something, or I wanted to I don't remember what happened exactly, but I remember that I was talking to my mom and then I walked to my sister's bedroom. I knocked on her door and I was talking to her about something. I don't remember what I was talking about. But when she opened the door, she was standing in front of me. We were both kind of talking in front of the door frame, and so we're facing each other and I'm talking to her about something, and all of a sudden I see not a shadow, not something moving really fast. I saw this clearly with my pupils. It was a man. I can't say that it was a shadow because it wasn't a shadow because I saw him pretty clearly. Anyway, the point is that I saw a man. This is me and this is my sister, right? She's facing me, and all of a sudden I see a man walking from behind her, and he's just walking, and he walks from behind her and disappears into the closet area that was to my right. And I just froze. I was talking to her, I saw that, and I froze. And I got goosebumps all over my body. And I remember that she was like, what? And she looked back, and I was like, I just saw a man. It was the figure of a man. And it looked like he was maybe in his late 30s, early 40s or something like that. And I distinctively remember that he had dark hair. So we got freaked out. I went into my mom's room and I was telling her what I just saw, and my sister was like,
she turned pale. I don't think she's lying because she was pale and she looked pretty freaked out.
And I was like,
I'm not lying.
what makes everything creepier is that actually a few years later I ended up having a conversation with my sister, and she actually told me that she had very creepy experiences in that room, and that at some point on one random day she was just laying in bed and she had one of those lamps that you would touch and it would turn on and off as you touch it. Like you would touch it, it would turn on, and if you touch it again, it would turn off. So she said that this day, on a random day, she was talking on the phone, just laying on her bed, and that all of a sudden her lights went off, the bed started to shake, and the lights went on again. And she said that she got really freaked out and that she walked out of the bedroom and she went to my mom's room and she asked her, like, did you feel that? Because she thought maybe it was an earthquake, but my mom was like, no, I didn't feel anything, there was no earthquake, nothing happened. So that makes everything really scary. I think my mom and my sister are actually more sensitive to paranormal things than I am because they have been through a lot of intense, creepy situations. Anyhow, so that was my first experience and it was very creepy. The second experience happened when I was maybe in 12th or 11th grade, and by this time my sister had already moved out of my house and it was just me and my mother, and my mom was working in the customer service area of a bank, so she was actually working the evening until midnight, and she would pick me up from school, bring me home, and then she would go to work. One day I was just chilling in her bedroom and I was watching TV. I had on a little dress. It was a pajama dress? I don't know. But I had on this little dress, right? And I'm just watching TV, focused on the television, and I see that the left corner of my dress is lifting up on its own.
Is lifting up on its own.
It's just lifting up. I see it lift up, and there was no fan in front of me. There was an AC, but the AC was in the ceiling, if that makes sense. It wasn't in the ceiling, it was on the wall, but high up in the wall. And I see that it's lifting up. So my immediate reaction was to just and I just started to I don't know, I just started to do this motion on my leg. And I've tried to rationalize this, okay? I have tried. I think that maybe it is possible that I had a bracelet and it maybe got stuck in the dress, and maybe as I was moving my arm, or maybe I moved my arm without noticing and it lifted the dress up. I don't know, that could be a possibility. I don't remember moving my arm, but I am open to that theory. But I don't remember moving my hand at all. I don't remember anything. I remember that I was watching TV and I was just chilling, not moving, just focused. It's crazy because I never had persistent activity, you know, the things that happened sort of sporadically, and you know, I was never experiencing constant paranormal activity. I would always feel that, you know, that feeling of never being alone, always being sort of watched and stuff like that, but it's not like stuff was happening constantly. So I don't get it. I don't know, if there was a ghost in that house, he would just appear out of nowhere and just do something. I don't know, maybe he got bored in the afterlife and decided,
hey, let me haunt Stephanie for a little bit, creep her the fuck out, try to see her hoo-ha.
Why are you lifting up my dress, man? Anyway, so my immediate reaction was to just kind of ignore it, and I didn't really acknowledge the fact that it happened. I started to immediately rationalize the situation, even though I was really scared. I felt if I give it attention and got really scared, more things were going to happen since I was alone. I don't know, that was just my thought processing at the time. After that, another thing happened, and this time I was not alone. My mom was home and it was very late at night. I think it was like 4 in the morning. And in our dining room, we had a little desk and our desktop was there. And I would just chill on the computer all the time. And one night, it was a weekend, and I was in the computer doing my thing. Mind you, I was not looking at anything creepy. I was not thinking about anything creepy. Nothing creepy had happened. I was just in the computer doing, I don't know what people do in the computer. And my mom went to bed and she turned off all the lights. Now, I don't know why I did not stand up and turned on the lights, because I would never be there with the lights off. Never. But on this particular night, I was. So I was just, you know, doing my business. And the house was dark. But all of a sudden, I see, out of the corner of my eye, I saw like a figure coming towards me. It was coming towards me pretty fast. And it was distinct because it was, I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but it was sort of darker than the darkness of the house. In the beginning, I thought it was my mom because, like I said, it seemed like a darker figure than the actual darkness of like the lights being off. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense, but the point is that I saw something out of the corner of my eye and it was coming at me. I saw it like doing this and I freak out and I'm like, and I look and there was nothing there. And it looked like the silhouette of a woman because it seemed almost delicate, like, you know, it just looked curvy, like if it was a woman. I don't know, for whatever reason, it kind of sensed it was the figure of a woman. And I just ran to my bedroom and I stayed there. I didn't turn off the computer, didn't do anything. I just ran to my bedroom and stayed there. So yeah, those have been the 3 creepiest experiences that I have had in that house. I'm not sure if the last 2 are paranormal in nature. Maybe they have some sort of explanation, but the first one, I know I saw something and I know what I saw, and there was no way that my mind could be playing tricks on me like that. One time, I took a picture of myself and behind me was a bunch of like little circles. I didn't know what it was, but a friend of mine looked at it and he said, "Stephanie, those are orbs." And I'm not sure if they are orbs or not, so because I'm not any kind of expert on this subject, but I'm gonna try to find that picture and insert it somewhere over here. So if you are familiar with what orbs look like, you can tell me if you think they are or maybe they're not. I'm not really sure. So I'm just gonna leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy paranormal videos or creepy videos of any kind. And I want to make my channel as interactive as possible. So please feel free to leave a comment below telling me about your creepiest experiences. And also take a minute to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. I'm seeing things. Ghosts, go away. Why am I even filming this? I'm freaking myself out. She's like, "Don't touch me, mommy. Don't touch me. I'm not in the mood for your nonsense." Subscribe to mommy's channel. Subscribe.